I'm really stuck.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's game here at the Den, where Keysborough Cougars take on the RMIT Redbacks. My name is Jamie, and my co-host is Carly.
This, as proclaimed by Big V, is the game of the week. It's sure going to be an interesting one. RMIT currently sitting in second position, Keysborough currently sitting in third. RMIT 3-0 and Keysborough 2-0. So one team is going to go home tonight with a loss in the L column. And it's there's a lot, I think, on the line here for both of these teams. Keysborough have been in state champ now for this is their third season, and they are looking this year to make the grand final and go the whole way. And RMIT aren't short on their expectations either. They, coming from Div 1 men last year, after a couple of fantastic years in Div 1, finally got the job done, going 18-2 and winning against Gippsland United. Coach Rivetto for RMIT has said that he's holding this group to high expectations. It's apparently championship or bust, in his words. So we will see what tonight brings and what the rest of the season brings. Oh, and what a great start for Benacotan there, but came up short.
RMIT now looking for their first bucket of the game. We're going to capitalise on that defence. Number
RMIT
5.
Starting 5 is number 0, Charles Gurney, number 1, Darnell Hoskins, number 5, Matt Spencer, number 14, Louis Agon, and number 52, Zachary Coleman-Bock.
AJ Williams with his first 3 missed for the game. Gerard Newby will try, and he'll say to his teammate AJ, that's how you do it. I will hit the first 3. Cougars with the first bucket of the match, Gerard Newby.
Starting 5 for Keysborough Cougars, number 3, AJ Williams, number 21, Dylan Hare making his debut tonight for the Keysborough Cougars. Number 33, Gerard Newby, who just hit that awesome 3 to start off the Keysborough Cougars for the night. Number 44, Aaron Frost, and number 50, Benacotan.
Aaron Frost now with 2 early rebounds, and Dylan Hare misses his 3-point attempt. RMIT with the ball, Matt Spencer. Slowing it down, guarded by AJ Williams, looking for that on-ball screen, curl around. Charles Gurgey misses his attempt. Darnell Hoskins, offensive rebound. Looking to put it up himself. Steps back and couldn't get that one to go. Aaron Frost with his 3rd rebound now of the game for Keysborough. Benacotan slowing it down. Finding Hare up the top. Newby slowing it down with 10 on the clock. Looked for it, didn't take it. Frost now with the ball. Finds a Coton on the wing. No good on that 3. Dylan Hare fighting for that rebound. Couldn't get it. Louis Agon comes up with the ball now. Ball in the hands of Darnell Hoskins.
Louis Agon, a familiar face for Keysborough Cougars, long-time faithfuls. He was with the Youth League team a couple of years ago, since made the transition to RMIT, and my God, has he made a name for himself with RMIT. Really, really stepped up, and a huge impactful player for them. Massive part of them winning the championship last year in Div 1.
Coleman-Bock missing his shot now as Cougars get down the floor, and Benacotan makes a statement in this match, hitting his first shot of the game. Of course it's a 3-point attempt, doing what he has proven to do best early in this season.
Benacotan just shooting it from 42% from the 3 this year. I mean, if you didn't tune in with us in the first game of the season against Wyndham, then you missed out watching an absolute stellar shooting performance from Benacotan.
Newby to Frost now, top of the key. Finds a Coton. Given no space by Matt Spencer. They've done their research clearly as Newby puts it up this time. And Gerard Newby gets another one to go now. If one, not the other.
You know what, if they want to guard Benacotan that bad, they might have to give up something else, and Gerard Newby's going to be shooting like that. Well, they're going to be in for a very long night.
Darnell Hoskins now with that 2-point bucket, doing what he's proven to do best and trying to keep RMIT on his shoulders. Coton hits a nice mid-range 2 there. Cougars find themselves up 11-4, early 7-point lead thanks to those 3 3-pointers.
Yeah, look, he just had the height advantage there on Matt Spencer. was just able to elevate and hit that shot.
Zachary Coleman-Bock getting a few easy baskets now right inside the key. Cougars have to put in a lot of strength and effort to stop him. As the Coden find themselves with the ball now. Rejects the screen, takes it in, fakes out Agon, got the ball stolen off him. And now Charles Gurgey going down the court, end to end, puts it up, off the glass. 2 points there for Charles Gurgey. 3-point game now in favour of the Cougars.
Yeah, good thing Cougars have been on from 3. Giving them a little bit of distance right now, but not much. Oh, nice pick and roll there between AJ Williams and Aaron Frost, but Aaron Frost couldn't finish it.
No good there. Spencer finds Hoskins on the wing. He'll try. He'll succeed. 3 points there for Darnell Hoskins. And
Nathan Vogt, coach of Keysborough Cougars, wants an early timeout. He does not like what he's seeing, I think, on the defensive end. Offensively, there's no problems, but they've got to find a way to slow down some of these RMIT players who are looking very comfortable right now.
Yeah, I think Cougars have just managed to find themselves just giving away a little too much space there on the perimeter. If not trying to heavily guard Coleman-Bock inside, they're leaving open those outside range shots, unfortunately.
Yeah, Darnell Hoskins already up to 5 points. He was first team Big V this week, along with Ben Acoden for Keysborough Cougars, who was also first team.
Of course, that's a classic matchup you'd expect it coming out of this game.
And we've got it's a very exciting weekend here for Keysborough Cougars. We've got some huge milestones coming up. AJ Williams, captain of Keysborough Cougars, really captain of the ship. 50 games tonight, so massive congratulations to him. And if you tune in at the end of the game, we'll have a bit of a catch-up with him. You can hear all from him, hopefully after a win for Keysborough Cougars. That would be a nice way to celebrate his 50th game. And if that wasn't enough, tomorrow, double header this weekend, but tomorrow we've got Gerard Newby's 100th game. Really, really impressive. 2 players that have stuck around with Keysborough, shown a lot of loyalty and seen a lot of success at the club.
Simon Grant now on the court for Keysborough, coming out of that timeout as Acoden finds Newby inside the key. Shot blocked. Rebound by Charles Gurgey. Looking for that fast court. And succeeds. Number 52, Zachary Coleman-Bock. Again with another easy 2-point bucket on the break there. Hare now off to Grant. Could have taken it, didn't. Finds Williams instead. Straight down the middle of the key, puts it up. Over the long arms of Coleman-Bock. Couldn't get it to drop. And now RMIT's up and running the floor.
This is just a transition game at the moment for RMIT. They're just pushing the ball. Keysborough Cougars can't get their defence set. They can't get stops. And then even when they do get their defence set, Darnell Hoskins hits a 3.
Well, I'm pretty sure Cougars did do their research on him, but it's another thing to be able to stop that scoring machine.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 35% three-point shooter, 9 attempts this year already. Add 2 to the board tonight.
Williams lobs it up for Simon Grant, puts in a nice little alley there on display for the Cougar fans.
Simon Grant coming in as an early substitution for Aaron Frost. I think Coach Nathan Vogt just desperately looking for some answers here to the run by RMIT.
Redbacks now find themselves up by 4 points, 13-17, and you would think that Coleman-Bock has scored all 17 of those points the way he's getting into the key. As Acoden misses his 2 points, Gerard Newby fought for the rebound, couldn't get it. Hoskins is now off and running. Decides to slow it down. Agon setting that on-ball screen for the roll, doesn't get it back. Newby guards the shot. Nothing but backboard there as Hoskins is human after all, misses that shot. Williams down the floor now deciding to slow it up. Finding Hare on the wing. Finds Grant in that dunker spot position, puts it up, and he is fouled. Simon Grant seems to be going to the line now for the first 2 free throw attempts of the match.
Substitution here. Keysborough. Josh West coming in for AJ Williams, who's going to sit down.
taking an early breather. Misses first. And makes up and hits the second. And a wayward pass off the inbounds there, unfortunately for Coleman Bock to Matt Spencer. Cougars will get the ball baseline again and potentially tie the game.
You can see Simon Grant, they're just trying to get his team involved in this game, trying to get them feeling that energy. Tough shot there by Benacoden. Oh, steal by Gerard Newby.
He's going to pull up for 3 now. And just too short off the front of the ring. And off his own hands, that'll be out of bounds ball. RMIT Redbacks get it back sideline. Spencer the rebound, inbound. Apologies. Going to find Hoskins. Find Spencer on the wing, back to Coleman Bock. Cougars almost lost the ball off that steal, and Josh West comes up with it, finds Newby on the long run. Taking it in on Hoskins. Missed shot, unfortunate by Gerard Newby. Finds Grant around to West. And decides to slow it up with Dylan Hare at the point. 10 seconds on the clock now. Taking it in, taking on Coleman Bock. Puts it up, too short. And we have an off-the-ball foul. I assume it's on number 10 for Cougars, Simon Grant.
Who's indicating it may have been a flop. So, yeah, I think we can safely assume that it was probably him.
Milan Savage, fresh on the court now, finds himself with an early and 1 opportunity for the Redbacks. Putting up RMIT's first free throw of the match. And he converts.
It's a big jump for Milan Savage this year, a big jump. State champ men last year with Div 2 Melton. But he was 5th in points per game in the league, averaging 24, which is very impressive work. And he was Div 2 League Youth Player of the Year in 2024.
Newman misses a 3-point attempt there. Redbacks off and running. Savage again with the ball. Taking on Murray Myers for Cougars. Steps back for the mid-2. West with a rebound.
It just seems like every time Keysborough miss a shot or turn it over, Redbacks are pushing in transition, trying to get up the floor and create advantages. That's a nice little advantage there created by Simon Grant, that little midi.
Adds 2 points now, a 4-point game in favour of the Redbacks. On ball screen, Hoskins and Agon. Hoskins pulls up off the backboard. Agon with the tap out there. Ball goes out of bounds off the hands of Keysborough as Aaron Frost comes back into the game for Gerard Newby.
I don't know whether this is a new lineup for Nathan Vogt or maybe just, we've had a few players out for Keysborough Cougars over the last couple of weeks, but I think he is just looking for some different solutions to what RMIT are bringing right now.
Josh West rejecting the pick and roll. Does get it back to Frost on the inside and just bounces in for 2 points there, Aaron Frost. Nice and fortunate there for the Cougars.
I mean, the fantastic thing about Keysborough Cougars this year is I just think the bench depth. They've just got so many options that they can bring out onto the floor, different looks, different coverages, some new faces, but really, really liking what they've brought together this year.
Ooh, Simon Grant wanted to get the ball off somebody, decided to take the 3 instead, left wide open, couldn't get to go, and now Hoskins has the ball, as you'd expect. Back out to Savage, back to Spencer, back to Savage again, and proving what you said earlier about those points per game as of last year.
Yeah, he's certainly their best 3-point shooter. Only had 5 attempts this year, but he is definitely their best on the floor, and Keysborough Cougars will need to watch out for him.
Frost with a three-point attempt of his own. No good. Now Josh O'Henry is off and running. Decides to slow it up. Looking for his options. Louis Agon draws a foul on the Cougars. And Redbacks are going to get the ball back. 15 on the clock. 26 seconds to go in this first quarter here at the Den.
So Cougars presumably can, should they be able to secure the offensive rebound, the defensive rebound, should get last shot. A bit of discussion going on here.
Hoskins looking for his options. Finds Savage on that backdoor cut, and unfortunately off his hands there. And I believe we have what may be an unofficial warning to the Redbacks, making a bit of noise.
Look, that was very lucky that that came off the hand of the RMIT player there, because that was a real nice backdoor cut.
16 on the clock now. Grant stuck for options, finds Frost. Looks for a Coden. Couldn't see Grant inside the key. Finds Frost instead to Grant in that dunker spot. Shot blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds with 2.7 seconds on the clock. Cougars looking for that final shot. 7 points down. Can they make it 5? West to inbound. Finds a Coden for the little alley. Too short there. Murray back to a Coden for 3. And it won't count. Unfortunate for the Cougars.
Yeah, look, the Keysborough Cougars bench were imploring it to count, but I think it was a little bit late. Both referees were pretty sure of that and waved it off straight away. Unfortunate, because that was a real nice shot there for Keysborough Cougars, but they go into
nice little play there as well off the inbound.
No, they go into the into the second quarter down 7 at the moment. Leading scorers, Hoskins is now up to 9. Zachary Coleman-Bock is now up to 8. Savage is on 6 points. For Keysborough Cougars, Acoten has 5. Simon Grant has 5 and Aaron Frost with 2. Rebounding leaders for RMIT, Matt Spencer with 4. Josh Henry with 3. And Charles Gurgey with 3. Keysborough Cougars, Ben Acoten has 2, Murray Myers with 1, and Josh West with 1. And assist leaders, Matt Spencer is already up to 6 assists. That's impressive work. 3 assists for Ben Acoten and 3 for AJ Williams as well. Look, Keysborough Cougars right now shooting it at 29% from the field, and RMIT shooting it at 58%, 11 of 19. So, look, I think, like I said, a lot of it looks like it's transition. And Keysborough Cougars need to find a way to get back in transition and stop that fast break. If they can do that, I think that they can get their way back into it. They're only down 7. It's early in the game.
3 of 10, 3 points made. That's a lot of attempts for the Cougars.
Yeah, RMIT 2 of 6, 33%. So, look, I certainly think if Keysborough Cougars can find a way to get back in defense, slow up what RMIT are trying to do right now, that they have a chance of getting back into this. But full credit to RMIT. They are really making a point to push the pace, and it's been impressive so far. I mean, look, they're not 3-0 for no reason. They had a win last week against Blackburn, 96-88. Before that, Camberwell, 92-80, and Melbourne Union, 95-74. So these are teams that have been in the league for a couple of years now, and RMIT certainly putting themselves up there with contenders this year.
Like I said, high expectations.
And look, they're averaging an impressive 94 points per game at the moment, already on 25 for a quarter, so well on track to achieve that.
And here we go, start of the second quarter. Warren Savage sending down the ball, finds Gurgey. Henry to Agon now. And an off-ball foul is drawn by the hands of Keysborough Cougars.
the other interesting stat from that first quarter, Keysborough being out-rebounded 15-10, and I think that certainly fueled a lot of that transition offense for RMIT, just being able to grab it off the board and go.
And shot block there. Keysborough, AJ Williams comes up with the ball now. And we did not have a shot clock start of that possession. Referee's just trying to sort it out now. Cougars coming out of that break. Exactly what I'm sure Nathan Voda was speaking about, looking for those stops. Fortunate to get one there on that possession.
So I think we're just waiting for some clarification on where the time should actually be prior to resetting the shot clock. Whether they're looking at resetting the game clock as well, I'm not sure.
Teams deciding to bring it into their own huddles now.
RMIT bringing back the majority of their players from last year's championship. Their main loss is main man Stephen Coffey, who went to Pakenham. There's been a great addition, I think, over there for Pakenham. I think doing a lot of work with their juniors as well. Their under-20s program, if I'm correct. So that was certainly a big loss, but they've absolutely got the personnel to compete at this level.
And just a little clarification there, we've added 5 seconds to the game clock, and now Cougars have the ball. Myers on the wing, finds Williams up high. Another off-ball foul here. Some intensity going on. That's
Cougars would certainly be happy if they were able to get RMIT into some foul trouble here in this second quarter. No better way of getting your field goal percentage up than seeing a few go through at the free throw line as well.
Fortunately, not at the three-point line there. RMIT off and running again. Another rebound. Charles Gurgey goes in, takes it in nice and strong, can't get it to go. Newby comes up with it. Myers now running.
So
finds Hare.
There's 2 stops in a row for Keysborough Cougars. Let's see if they can capitalise here and grab a score.
Williams recovers the ball. 12 on the clock now. Gonna take it in, kicks it back out. Newby, he'll try again from 3. Just short again on that one. Agon with the rebound.
So at the moment, to start off this second quarter, I think the Cougars have got a few key stops, but they haven't been able to score off them, and they've got to find a way to do both. Get those stops, slow this game down, which it looks like they've done, but
now they're just not scoring.
Yeah, got to be able to score and put some points on the board. So there's that 3rd stop now in a row. Can they score off this stop?
Josh O'Henry with that miss attempt for the Redbacks, and Cougars drawing another foul. 2 early fouls for the Redbacks.
Cougars getting their rebounds up a little bit more here as well, securing some defensive rebounds.
Dylan Hare back around to Myers up the top. 13 o'clock, pulls up. Larry Myers 2 short on that one again. We seem to be very short on our threes so far in this match, bar the very start of the game.
And almost 2 minutes have gone by and neither team has scored yet. It's just who's going to open up here.
Henry in the block. Taking on Frost, puts it up, no good. Frost with another rebound. Myers to control the ball for Keysborough.
I mean, you've got to be slightly encouraged if you coach Nathan Vote for Keysborough Cougars that they're getting the stops now. He's slowed the pace of the game down, but
you got to add the scores.
Yeah, he's got to be concerned that they're not able to find a way to score right now.
Williams too short again. Dylan Hare with the offensive rebound. And
There
finally,
we go.
there we go. Adds 2 points to the tally. It's back to a 2-possession game. Redbacks now looking to answer that call.
And I feel like everyone was just holding their breath there, waiting for someone to score. Bit of a sigh of relief from the Keysborough Cougars crowd.
So Henry finds Gurgey. No space by Williams to pull up for the shot. Looking to back around. 5 on the clock now. Savage. Mid 2. No good. Offensive board by Henry. Puts it back up. Little short again, and the tipping is good eventually there for the Redbacks. 2 points. Back up to 7. Just over 7 minutes to go in this second quarter. Hare with the ball. Finds Frost inside the low block. Taking on Henry himself. He'll put it up. Off the glass. Too strong on that one. Newby fought for the boards. And we have a defensive foul for the Cougars there. For the Redbacks, number 8, Kenny Hun. I apologise if that's pronounced incorrectly. Drawing that foul. Savage inbound the ball. Gurgey now taking on Newby. Nice little push shot inside the middle of the key there. 2 points. Cougars off and running. Dylan Hare down the court. Puts it up off the backboard. A nice runner. Might be the first transition basket for the Cougars. Savage now.
Dylan Hare coming to Keysborough Cougars from Knox NBL 1. He was the captain in the 2023 championship season where they actually won the championship.
Gurgey for the Redbacks adds 3 to their tally now, and Dylan Hare answers back with a 3 of his own, nothing but net. Cougars starting to find their pace here now.
Or maybe just Dylan Hare starting to find his pace. He's certainly got it going at the moment, but
Savage with a nice backdoor spin there, 2 points. Williams, wide open to the basket, finds Frost. Shot blocked by Louis Agon. I thought they had that basket there.
Yeah, but that's what Louis Agon does. He blocks shots. Anything that comes to the basket, Louis Agon is going to try and block. Look, it was a smart play by AJ Williams. Louis Agon came over to help. He dumped it off, but when you've got a wingspan that long, it's pretty easy to recover.
Not much you can do.
Yeah.
Savage now drawing the foul with another aggressive drive to the basket. Just a little too light on that first. Looking for the first double-digit lead of the game. And does just that. Up 10, 35-25, and that was without Darnell Hoskins on the court for the Redbacks, as he now subs back in.
So now Keysborough Cougars have slowed down the pace.
Yet they find themselves down 10.
So what can they do now to get themselves back in the game?
Grant finds Williams. Williams still needing to make an impact like he usually does for Cougars. Okoden on the wing now, 3 on the clock. He's going to put it up. And he does that as well. Mid 2 points there. Simon Grant almost turning the ball over off the inbound.
That would be the second time he's done that. If he'd gotten that one successfully.
Spencer with a very polite question to the referee down baseline. Potentially questioning if Grant had his hands over the baseline there. Nevertheless, Redback ball. Hoskins finds Agon up top. Finds Gurgey. Taking it on himself, taking on Simon Grant. Steps back. And the 2-point rims out of that. And now Williams comes up with the ball. Or the rebound by Ben Okoden. Williams down and running. He's going to go in. Kicks back out. Okoden for 3. Just misses that one again. Newby with the offensive board. Williams will try. And finally, AJ Williams connects for that 3-pointer.
And RMIT want a timeout now. Not happy with what they're seeing. Keysborough Cougars on a little 5-0 run here to cut the lead in half. Few offensive rebounds there, giving Keysborough Cougars some second chance opportunities. RMIT now only lead the rebound count by 2. So Keysborough Cougars have done a better job at levelling that margin. Keysborough Cougars actually with 9 offensive rebounds to RMIT's 5. So no doubt that that's something that RMIT's coach Rivetto will be discussing right now, is keeping Keysborough Cougars off the boards. 4 blocks for RMIT to just 1 for Keysborough Cougars. 6 turnovers for RMIT, only 3 for Keysborough Cougars. So, look, it's not turning the ball over. They've slowed RMIT down in transition here. They've got a few shots. I think it's really just about putting some points on the board. And
I mean, is that what they're missing? AJ Williams and his 26 points per game has only just dropped his first shot. He's a little late to the 3 ball. 3 points himself off that last possession. Is that the problem?
yeah, well, right now, I suppose there's a lot of scoring for RMIT. And, yeah, Keysborough Cougars' typical scorers just aren't having the impact that they usually do. I mean, Dylan Hare with his debut tonight, so we haven't really seen a lot from him. But he certainly put the team on his back a little bit here and tried to get the scoring going. Benacoten with 7 points. But then Savage for RMIT is already on 11. So he's having major impacts. You know, you'd be expecting that from Darnell Hoskins.
Very quick 11 on that too. So now Hoskins finds Spencer inside the key. Agon now with the ball. Just a little too low there on the pass to Matt Spencer. Ball rolls out of bounds. Cougars will try again now. Williams finds Newby off the Iverson cut. Taking on himself, taking on Louis Agon. Those long arms, couldn't get the shot to drop, and Agon just pulled that rebound down without any elevation whatsoever. Now Gurgey has the ball.
Yeah, his feet don't even need to leave the floor. It's unbelievable.
Another 2 points there straight away for Coleman Bock. Williams to Okoden. Grant in the middle of the key. Kicks it back out. Okoden wide open. And of course he sinks that. Give him any sort of space and he will knock down that 3. 4 point game now. And Williams taps the ball out of the hands of Matt Spencer, bounces off his leg, and it'll be Cougar ball now as Josh West comes back into the game.
I mean, with Louis Agon in the key, they might have to rely on a few more 3-pointers with the way he's been blocking the ball. I think it's just his presence as well, you know. I think you always think with big men that it's about the blocks, but it's how many shots do they deter? How many drives do they deter?
Absolutely.
Just by their presence?
Okoden now finds West on the wing. Back to Okoden. Guarded heavily by Spencer. Kicks it back out. 5 on the clock. He's going to pull up. Of course, puts it up. Bounces out. Grant fighting for the rebound. Colin Bock comes up with it. Hoskins off and running now. 2-on-2 here. Puts it up. Nice little hook shot there by Darnell Hoskins. And how did he manage to get that?
I mean, he makes that look so easy, but it's not. The difficulty of that shot under pressure from the defense.
Simon Grant with a nice under reverse layup. Gets Louis Agon in the air, draws the foul. Couldn't drop a shot, but he will have his chance at 2 points here on the line. No, I don't actually mind Simon Grant's runners there. A little bit of pink, a little bit of orange, a little bit of purple perhaps. I don't mind him. As he drops the first. Thoughts?
I like the Sabrinas that Josh West is wearing, that pink colour.
Fair call. Can't get the second to go.
Could get myself some of those.
Agon with a rebound. Simon Grant steals it and gets his revenge there. Gets the and one again over Louis Agon.
And that's back-to-back fouls for Louis Agon, and I wonder, there looks like there's a substitution here coming for RMIT, and yep, it's going to be Louis Agon.
He was not happy with that, shaking his head and pleading to his coach, do not sub me off, but does anyway.
Look, that's the thing you got to do with a shot blocker. You got to go at them. You got to take that. You got to take the ball to his chest and put that shot up. And look, he's been rewarded here. He's going to the line. And Louis Agon is sitting on the bench, which may help Keysborough Cougars just be able to get into the paint a little bit more as well.
Now they just need to score over the hands of Coleman Bock. And suddenly we have a one-possession game, 37-39. Cougars with their opportunity, almost getting the hands on the ball. Bateman now with the ball, finds Spencer.
Coach Nathan Boat wanting a travel there on RMIT.
A hook shot there by Coleman Bock. I don't even know if he's missed so far in this match. West finds Grant, back to West. Gergie settles back on him. 12 o'clock, Okoten. I thought he was open there, so did he. Couldn't get that shot to drop. Bateman comes up with the rebound. Hoskins finds himself down the floor now. Will he pull up? No, he won't. Gets past Newby, goes up. And puts it in again over Dylan Hare. And we have a technical foul now on Keysborough, I believe. I mean,
there's absolutely nothing more that Dylan Hare could have done there. He was straight up and down, verticality, A to B. But Donnell Hoskins just made the shot. Good defense, better offense.
Wait, who was the technical?
I think the technical foul was on Darnell Hoskins, actually.
Oh, my apologies.
I think he believed that it was a foul. Dylan Hare seemed to be explaining to him that he had that verticality, that point A to B. But obviously he'd made that opinion that he disagreed with the referee very well known, and subsequently a tech foul, but Keysborough Cougars are unable to hit that free throw. Keysborough Cougars 3 of 6 from the free throw line at the moment, 50%. RMIT 2 of 3, 67%.
It's not great when you're down by 6 points for the Cougars. West kicks it back out to Hare.
In saying that, though,
stolen.
RMIT are on 5 fouls. With a minute 46 to go, if Keysborough Cougars can find a way to get themselves to the line, stopping the clock, they should be able to get back into this before the half.
Tap out by Hare, finds Newby on the 3. And gets it to just bounce around there. If it wasn't for that backboard. Fortunate for the Cougars there, another 3-pointer by Gerard Newby. Guarding Hoskins now, that pick and roll. Trying to stay on it. Hoskins goes up. Off the glass, 2 points. West trying to push the ball now for the Cougars. Finds Okoten on that backdoor cut. A lovely bounce pass there, sneaks it in, 2 points there. And we have we did have a timeout. And
I think Coach Nathan Boat was trying to get a timeout on the start of the Keysborough Cougars possession, but it didn't go through, and now he doesn't want the timeout. So we're all good to keep on playing.
A minute 15 to go in this half.
And it looks like Cougars are going to be charged with the timeout regardless.
I mean, at least there's only a minute to go in the half, and it won't affect their second half chances in terms of their timeouts, but...
Certainly frustrating though, but regardless, I'm sure Coach Nathan Boat will use this to set up something defensively, and then I think what he'll be looking for is a score to cut into this deficit going into the half, get Keysborough Cougars feeling good about themselves going into the half. Look, at times it's looked like this game could blow right out, and Keysborough Cougars have done really well to stay attached. I think the halftime break will be a welcome relief. Talk about a few things, change a few coverages. They've certainly got some different things up their sleeves that they can try. A little bit more time to sit down and think about it. Come into the second half ready to go, but they don't want to let this lead go right now. as I mentioned, RMIT on 5 team fouls, whether Coach Nathan Boat will look to set something where they attack, see if they can get themselves to the line with the clock stop. Keysborough Cougars only on 3 team fouls this quarter. Got 1:15 to go. Darnell Hoskins up to 17 points. He has been pretty well unstoppable.
How's their field goal percentage?
Field goal percentage now for RMIT at 58% still. Keysborough Cougars 34%. So they're certainly not missing many shots, RMIT.
There you go, Colin Box, 75% field goal.
So it looks like the ball's now back with Keysborough. So they must have reset the possession and gone back. I hope I'm not giving viewers at home the wrong information. It appears to be the case.
Nonetheless, West has the ball now. And Grant open for 3, can't get it. Hot potato in the air, Savage comes up with the ball. And we have a foul there on Josh West for the Cougars. Savage playing with a nice style of aggression, I'd say. Redback's going to inbound the ball now, sideline.
Just trying to get an updated foul count on Josh West, assuming that that's why he's moving to the bench right now.
Ball tapped out of bounds by Grant. Redbacks try again.
Yeah, Joshua West on 3 personal fouls. No one else in any significant foul trouble for Keysborough Cougars. No one over 1. And for RMIT, no one over 2. Both Charles Gurgey and Louis Agon with 2. Look, Darnell Hoskins is a pretty elite scorer inside the 3, 67% 2-point field goal percentage. So it's pretty hard to stop him, and you can see why. His ability to get to the basket and finish with the defender over contact. I mean, he's scored on numerous Keysborough Cougars players here. It doesn't matter who's on him, he's found a way. Just shows his versatility as a player. And certainly everything goes through him. I feel like there hasn't really been many possessions where the ball doesn't touch his hands. And he's got something to say with what's going on.
All right, just about ready inbound now. Gurgey with the ball. Finds Hoskins, of course, back up the top. 14 on the clock. Taken on the Coden. Pulls up, and shot blocked by a Coden. There's the stop you wanted. Williams off and running, finds a Coden and comes off the knees of Coleman Bock. Cougars will try again. 47 seconds to go in the quarter.
I feel like that's one of the first people that have stopped him from scoring, just as we were talking about his elite shooting inside the 3-point range, and Ben Coden comes up with a big-time block.
Can a Coden keep it up? That's the question. Newby to inbound, finds Williams on the wing. Back to a Coden. Heavily guarded by Savage. Drives instead. Stolen in the middle of the paint by Coleman Bock. To Hoskins. Finds Gurgey now. Slowing it down.
Cougars will end up with the last shot again. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. 22 left on the game clock.
Newby taking on Hoskins. Gets beat again. Puts it up. And we have a late call on the shot there. Hoskins will go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, and look, just as we were talking about Keysborough Cougars staying attached here and being within 5 points, this could now stretch out to 9 going into the half.
That helps. Hoskins misses first.
Hoskins from Ohio. 2023 played NBL 1 West for Wellington Tigers.
Hoskins misses both shots there. Now 7 seconds to go. Williams has the ball. On ball screen for McCoton. Will he find a Coton? Pulls up himself. Rims out there. Simon Grant tried to tip it back in, but had absolutely no chance there with Louis Agon in the paint as he taps the ball out. Clock runs out. That'll be halftime here at the Den. Your Keysborough Cougars find themselves down by 7 points, 40-47.
Look, I still think 7 points is a very, very reasonable margin going into the halftime break.
Considering the way these two teams have played. Yeah,
absolutely. And I mean, the field goal percentage at 57% for RMIT, for Keysborough Cougars 33%. So they've got to be feeling good about themselves. You know, hopefully RMIT aren't going to shoot this well into the second half, and hopefully they'll shoot a little bit better into the second half. Keysborough Cougars 30% from 3, 7 of 23, and 43% for RMIT, just 3 of 7. So RMIT have taken considerably less three-point shots, 7 attempts to 23 for Keysborough Cougars. 2 points percentage, 35% for Keysborough Cougars, 60% for RMIT. So that's really where they're doing their work. And, you know, we've spoken about this. Darnell Hoskins, 17 points. Just so easily able to score inside the paint. I think Keysborough Cougars are going to have to find some sort of answer for him to change the looks he's getting, the defensive coverage, and see if they can make him a little bit more uncomfortable than what he's looked like here in this first half. RMIT is still well on their way to that 94 points per game, and scoring leaders, Darnell Hoskins 17 for RMIT, Benacoten just 10 for Keysborough Cougars. Zachary Coleman-Bock is also on 12 points and Savage on 11 points. So multiple RMIT players in double figures and only one for Keysborough Cougars. Rebound leaders, Gurji on 6 for RMIT, Benacoten on 3. Assist leaders, Matt Spencer on 9 now, so he's almost up to 10 assists in a half. That's a very impressive work. AJ Williams on 5. And with that, I think we'll take our halftime break. Go get a cup of tea, something to eat, but don't go too far because this second half is sure to be as good as the first half.
Absolutely. We'll see you back here in no more than 7 minutes and 35 seconds. Thank you. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to start the third quarter here at the Den. In case you haven't been watching yet, Keysborough Cougars are down just 7 points, as they have been for a fair while on and off now in this match. Cougars are about to inbound the ball. Dylan Hare. None other than AJ Williams with the ball.
Keysborough Cougars going with a little bit of a tall lineup here with Ben Acoden, Aaron Frost and Gerard Newby.
Williams finds Newby on the wing. Back to Williams. On ball screen, Frost. Taking on Coleman block, gets past him. And manages to score somehow over Louis Agon, which a lot of the Keysborough players haven't been able to do tonight.
Like I said, you've got to take it to the chest of these big guys. And then be able to finish. And he was there. And if you get blocked, look, you may be able to pick up a foul. Oh, referee just telling the Keysborough Cougars bench, he'll make the call.
Nathan Voda a little bit emphatic there on that whistle.
Nathan Voda is nothing other than emphatic.
Williams
That's what we
now
love about him.
bounces off the legs of Coleman Bock. Out of bounds baseline. Cougars will try again. Williams comes out with it with the ball. Finds Dylan Hare right under the basket off the inbound.
How did Dylan Hare get so open there? What a defensive breakdown by RMIT.
Inbound players, they step into the court. They often find themselves wide open a lot of the time. Louis Agon now with the ball. Puts it up. Too strong on that one. Rebound by Frost.
I think Gerard Newby's length bothering him a little bit there. Whilst Gerard Newby's not going to shot block him, certainly has the wingspan to go up against him.
Acoden misses that fade away. Hoskins now with the ball. Straight down the middle of the key. Try to get to block. Intercepted by Williams. And now Williams is off and running. Decided to slow it up.
2 stops in a row for Keysborough Cougars.
Newby, a very casual three-pointer there. Wasn't guarded very hard by Hoskins at all.
And look, unlike in that second quarter where they got those 3 stops in a row but weren't able to score, they've got 2 here and have been able to score and tie it up at the moment. Can they get a third?
Yes, they almost can.
But they didn't come up with the offensive rebound. The defensive rebound.
Gurgey messing around with his foot a little at the top of the key there and managed to blow by Newby.
And that's the cost of not coming up with that the defensive rebound is RMIT grab that O-board and score. And that third stop doesn't quite have the impact that you hoped it would.
Williams couldn't get the push shot to go. Acoden saves the ball, grabs the offensive rebound. 10 on the clock. Finding options, playing around with it, and it's out of bounds, and it's going to be Cougar ball. As much as the Redback bench disagreed with that.
Vincenzo Rivetto, the coach for RMIT, had a very interesting facial expression there. He's very displeased.
5 on the clock now, and Newby will pull for 3. Too hard. Frost with another offensive rebound, finds Williams. Partial deep 3, won't go. Newby flying in there, couldn't get his hands on the ball. Now Spencer's off and running, finds Agon on the fast break. And it's blocked by Dylan Hare, but out of bounds off Louis Agon.
Yeah, I think he blocked it and
tried to grab it.
Yeah, got it off the body of Louis Agon.
Great hustle there, and Cougars finally finding a way to potentially stop all those transition baskets Redbacks were getting earlier.
Yeah, they've certainly done a better job at slowing up Redbacks in transition. I'm surprised Gerard Newby didn't take that wide open 3.
Probably a little too open there for his liking.
Sometimes it's when they're too open that they miss.
Williams going everywhere, back out to Newby. Another one will miss from Gerard Newby. Gurgey with the rebound. Hoskins pleading, let's settle the ball a little now. We've had our fun. Let's find some structure. Finds Coleman Bock up the top. Taking it straight down the middle. And Frost with a defensive foul there. And it's going to be 2 free throws for the Redbacks. Zachary Coleman-Brock going to the line for 2.
Makes the first, extending the RMIT lead out to 3.
A lot of air on that first one.
Keysborough Cougars still haven't been able to regain the lead since the first quarter.
2-shot there, rebound by Simon Grant, finds Williams now. Dylan Hare with the ball. Driving in, kicks back out, Grant for 3. No good. Colin Bock with a defensive rebound, finds Hoskins. Straight through, puts it up. Blocked by Simon Grant. Colin Bock couldn't get it to go, and Simon Grant, therefore, draws a foul. Colin Bock not impressed with that call.
Great block
or
there
his
by
defense,
Simon
rather.
Grant, though. Just read that perfectly, had all ball.
From behind.
Great defensive stop there. Keysborough Cougars trailing by 3.
Williams finding Grant under the basket. Misses a shot, puts his own tip in back in. 2 points there. Cougars down by 1. 6 minutes to go in this third quarter.
AJ Williams doing what AJ Williams does best. Anything his team needs from him. Setting up Simon Grant really nicely there.
2 points there for number 0, Charles Gurgey for the Redbacks. Williams trying to find a play, finds Hakoden. Grant with a roll, couldn't get it. Newby wide open. Dylan Hare back to Newby. Another shot missed. Newby, unfortunately again. Another rebound by Coleman Bock. It's about the same 4 or 5 players between the teams getting all these rebounds. Spencer found Coleman Bock under the basket, and he's called for a travelling violation. Couldn't get that backdoor cut this time around for RMIT. Hakoden now to inbound the ball. Williams wants that screen. Gets it. Gets a roll by Grant. Won't hit him. Looks for him now. Inside the key. Kicks back out. Hakoden pulls up. Too short on that one. Williams with the O-board. Going to try again. Taking on Savage. Can see he wants to get it. Goes up. Collects the ball somehow. And a little bit of hot potato in the air. It'll be the Redback ball.
Murray Myers checking in here. For Gerard Newby. Keysborough looking like they're going with a little bit of a smaller lineup here now.
Likely to see a lot of pace here now from the Cougars. Williams couldn't guard Gurgey quick enough in time to get that shot off. Misses nonetheless.
Just the 8th attempt from 3 for RMIT. Only 3 makes for the game.
Williams blocked by Savage on the shot there. Comes up with a rebound as well. Good defense there by Murray Myers.
Better offense.
Better offense. Nice little step back there by Milan Savage. Myers hits a three-pointer of his own. Very nice shot there. Left wide open by Louis Agon. Former teammates of Keysborough's Youth League / developmental men's team. And Colin Bock takes it straight to the rim, misses, but draws a foul.
Coleman Block this season averaging 13 points and 12 rebounds per game. I know it's early on in the season, but that's an impressive stat. Tonight, 13 points, so he's well on pace for that one, but only 4 rebounds. So he's got a bit of rebounding to do to make up for that one.
Coach Rivetto for the Redbacks making it very clear to the entire stadium that nobody can guard Coleman Bock when he drives it in. Interesting to see how he plays it out from here as Dylan Hare misses a shot. Grant cleans up there and adds 2 points to the Cougars. Another one-possession game.
Simon Grant up to 13 points.
Hoskins taking on a few players there and gets the and one.
Once again, making it look easy. By no means, though, is that shot easy. He's an impressive player. I mentioned Hoskins was 2023 NBL 1. In 2024, he went and played North American Premier Basketball League. He was MVP, top scorer for the season, 29.7 points per game. So this guy is a certified bucket getter, and Keysborough Cougars don't really have an answer for him tonight. Now up to 19 points. I mean, they've kept him scoreless this quarter up until there. 3 minutes 21 to go. So
fortunate for the Cougars, can't convert the and one. Westy now with the ball, finds Dylan Hare, fumbles it just a little. And I think they were lucky that the ball rolled out of bounds there, otherwise Gurgey was off and running for the fast break. Redback ball from the sideline. Myers now with the tough gig of guarding Darnell. Gets a switch, guarded by Okoton now. Pulls up for a deep three, won't go. Grant with the rebound. Kicks it off to Josh West.
Darnell Hoskins really wanted that one to go down. Very frustrated with himself that he missed that one.
One ball foul in the deep corner over there. Grant back to Hare. Finding Myers, he'll try again from the same spot, almost the same spot as before.
That looked nice the minute the ball hit his hand. That was so fluent.
And we have another tied game. Cougars just can't seem to get their hands in front of this one just yet. Savage taking it on. Up and under. Draws the foul of Simon Grant. He'll go to line for another and one. Colin Bock will come out of the game, substituted by Lucas Bateman.
RMIT's coach Rivetto imploring his team to crash the boards with the substitution there of Aaron Frost.
Yeah, we all know what he does best.
Yeah, Aaron Frost coming over from Chelsea Div 1 men as well. So these two will be very familiar with each other, RMIT and Aaron Frost. He was an 11-year Big V veteran, but 2023 and 2024 he was the league leading rebounder. 12.5 per game.
Grant taking on Bateman now. Couldn't get the fadeaway to go. Rebound by O'Henry. Hoskins finds Spencer now. 12 on the clock. O'Henry in the middle of the key. Fumbles it. And there's a foul there by Keysborough. Sideline ball for the Redbacks. Josh West wanted a travelling violation.
And Keysborough Cougars here up to 5 team fouls. So from here on out, Redbacks will be going to the line for 2. Tables have turned a little bit here in this quarter. In the third, it was RMIT in foul trouble. And this quarter, it's Keysborough Cougars. And that'll be Josh West's 4th foul.
Josh O'Henry missed his first. And makes second. Grant finds Newby on the wing. Back to Frost up top. Williams now with 9 on the clock. Finds Frost. Wants to take it in on Henry. Puts it up. Strong shot there by Aaron Frost. 2 points. Cougars down by 1 again. 1.5 minutes remaining in this quarter. Coming up to 3-quarter time now. We have a aggressive play off the ball. It's going to be a defensive foul on Keysborough. Number 44, Aaron Frost. That'll be his 3rd personal foul. Henry makes that one go after about 7 quick bounces off the rim.
And it just seems like every time Keysborough Cougars get close, RMIT have an answer.
Misses that one, still 50% of the line. Newby with the offensive rebound. Williams finds Frost, finds Myers. Taking on Hoskins himself, kicks it back out. 10 on the clock. Grant finds Newby. Myers trying to set it up with 5 to go now. He's going to have to take it in. Almost stolen. Finds Newby on the wing, on the buzzer. Long rebound. Cougars get the ball back. Williams now with the ball. Going to try again. 40 seconds on the clock. Myers takes it in. And he finds Grant. Which the basket does not count. We have a on-the-ball foul.
So the shot clock will be reset to 14 here. Giving Keysborough Cougars a little bit more time to work with. Keysborough Cougars with 15 offensive rebounds, just 7 for RMIT, so they're definitely winning that stat.
I think they need a few more.
Yeah, overall just down 1 rebound, 35 to 34.
Simon Grant slips over and loses the ball there.
And then it looked like Gerard Newby slipped over. Everyone was on the floor.
AJ Williams. A very heavily guarded possession there. Gets a steal off the first one, but ball finds the hands of the Redbacks again, and this time Williams gets the foul call instead. Lucas Bateman will go to the line for 2 shots. Makes the first. You know, I think the Cougars are missing a bit of Dylan Moore's 3-point shooting tonight as well, unfortunately. As Bateman hits a second.
Yeah, Benacoten has also, though, been held scoreless here in this second half, or this third quarter, after making a few threes there in that first half. Currently sitting on the bench.
10 on the shot clock now. Williams with the ball. 3-second differential. Pulls up for three. And he gets it to go. AJ Williams finally gets it to go. 5 on the clock now. Hoskins. No one else but him. He's going to have to put it up. He's doubled by Cougars. A stolen Williams. With a terrible Hail Mary, unfortunately for the Cougars, but a better response nonetheless to finish that third quarter. 1 point. After all the twos and throws this game has had so far, Redbacks are up by double digits at 1 point. Cougars had the lead early on, but haven't had another chance at that. Cougars are down 62-63 as we enter this final quarter. It's been a very intense matchup, very aggressive, physical. Fouls have definitely been warranted in this game.
Yeah, look, Keysborough Cougars have got some scoring going. They've now got 3 in double figures. Simon Grant with 13 points. Akotan still with that 10. My screen is not updating. My apologies if I've given you some outdated stats. Gerard Newby on 12. For RMIT, Savage now up to 16 points. Hoskins on 19. Zachary Coleman-Bock on 14 and Gurji on 11.
Williams only on 8 points. That does not help the Cougars.
Yeah, in his 50th game, it looks like he's being quite heavily defended, and I think really the team are having to rely on a number of different options, a lot of teamwork, moving the ball around, trying to find some different options to get a score. Rebounding leaders are Gurji on 8, 6 for Matt Spencer, and for Keysborough Cougars, Simon Grant 7 and AJ Williams on 4. Assist leaders, Matt Spencer's now got those 10 assists to go along with no points. He's an assist machine tonight. 10 assists, no points.
You don't see that often.
He's got 6 rebounds though, so maybe he'll get a double-double in assists and rebounds. We'll have to keep an eye on that one.
Definitely don't see that.
AJ Williams with 7 assists. So whilst he's not scoring, he's got 7 assists. He's, like I said, he's doing what the team needs him to do at the moment. But certainly a few more points could be helpful if he can get going. I mean, he just scored that 3 there. You can see how quickly AJ Williams can get going offensively. So the final quarter begins. Keysborough Cougars trailing just 1 point.
Apologies if we may have a score differential. Our on board here at the venue says 62-63 in favour of the Redbacks. As Hoskins misses a 3. Williams comes up with a rebound, finds Myers on the fast break, goes up, little left hand won't go, Gerard Newby puts it back in.
And Keysborough Cougars have their first lead since the first quarter. And a little bit of pressure here, full court pressure, and they get the turnover. Benacoten.
Murray Myers and Benacoten, the duo getting their hands in the cookie jar, coming up with the goods. Finds Williams with the ball, and he's trioed by 3 Redback defenders. Somebody in there fouled him, and he's going to go to the line for a few early free throws. And he, of course, makes the first.
Just as I was saying, a few extra points by AJ Williams wouldn't hurt, and here he is going to the line.
Just misses the second there, rebound by Bateman. Hoskins finds O'Henry in the corner. Kicks it back out and around. Savage now with the ball. Might have got away with a little offhand hook there. So Henry goes up. finds Savage, apologies, on the, what some may consider a pass. Puts a shot back in.
We're tied again, RMIT with a chance to retake that lead. It certainly wasn't long-lived for Keysborough Cougars, but I do like the energy and intensity that they brought to start this fourth quarter. Whether they continue with that kind of full court pressure the whole quarter, I'm not sure, but certainly like that intensity that they brought. Hopefully that sets the tone for the rest of the quarter.
Savage hits that free throw. I believe that was at least his third and one opportunity so far this match. Williams trying to take it on now. Finds Grant right in the middle of the key. Nice little sneaky bounce pass there. Simon Grant adds 2 points to the Cougar tally. Back up by 1 again.
And add another assist there for AJ Williams. Really, really nice find there. Just reading the defense.
Colin Bock against Newby. Inside the post. Goes up. Blocked by Simon Grant again. Williams off and running now. Finds Conan in the corner. Steps back. Too short. Bounces over the rim on that one. Rebound by O'Henry. He's going. Gurgey's got the ball now. Back to O'Henry. Puts it up. A nice little 2-point shovel shot there. Williams wanting that on-ball screen, finds himself guarded by Savage. And Williams with a nice looking step back 3-pointer there.
Well, Williams is getting going. We'll see what this means for Keysborough Cougars, whether it spurs them on.
Henry tried to respond, couldn't answer that call. Williams finds a coat and goes straight in for it. I think a few people here expect him to put that in as a dunk, but nonetheless he got up nice and high there and the defense had no chance but to attack his wrist on that one. He draws the foul, he hits the shot. He will go to the line for one more shot.
And now RMIT looking for some answers, trying to make some substitutions. Trying to find a way to stop this little spur here by Keysborough Cougars. They've certainly got the momentum at the moment.
Converts the and one.
Been RMIT for most of this game. Keysborough Cougars just looking like they're playing catch-up the whole game, but finally looks like they're starting to look like themselves. They've got a little bit of energy.
A much needed run so far. Cougars will look to try and add to that, and Matt Spencer puts up a shot falling out of bounds there, wanting a foul.
Look, I'd give him points for creativity. It was...
Not everybody can put that in like Kobe.
Everyone wishes they could, though.
I think I might have heard Kobe on that one there. AJ Williams now with the ball for Cougars, looking to add to this 4-point margin. Nice little scoop shot there, lefty by AJ Williams, and I think we got him going.
Darnell Hoskins has been quiet in this, it's 3 minutes, it's early. I'm sure he's going to look to find a way to score here now. As I speak, he pulls up for a 3, but...
Myers and Gurgey off the ball, a little high how's it going on there, and a foul drawn by Gurgey as he took Murray Myers to the floor. Murray Myers just laughing it off.
I feel like this is Keysborough Cougars' largest lead since very, very early on in that first quarter. They've really turned the tables here.
Not sure if Redbacks are getting tired or just having their laps, I guess. Basketball is a game for runs, and there it is! AJ Williams and Gerard Newby, they are back at it, doing what they did in 2024. Call it out.
And we've got a timeout by RMIT. They have seen enough. Gerard Newby's dunk, nail in the coffin right there for them. If he wasn't already going to call a timeout, Rivetto was definitely going to after he saw the Gerard Newby dunk special.
I don't think we've seen it this year. A classic Williams assist.
I told Gerard Newby after our last home game that I was disappointed we didn't get a Gerard Newby dunk. And he delivered tonight.
Got the message.
I would like 2, though, because I think he owes us one. Do you not think?
That's very true. I don't believe I saw one in that Shepparton game last week either, so let's make it 3. Why not?
I believe I also asked AJ Williams for a dunk pre-game. He didn't deliver on that tonight. We'll have to have words.
Yeah,
look, there's no better way to get the crowd going than
Maybe
a dunk.
you should ask him that in the interview.
Perhaps. There's no better way to get the crowd going than a dunk, and that's certainly got the crowd on their feet. RMIT sensing the moment right now that they've got to find a way to slow down this run. Keysborough Cougars starting this quarter down 2, if my memory serves me correctly. Apologies if I've gotten that one wrong, but and now they're out by 8, so RMIT now searching for an answer. It'll be interesting to see how they respond here.
Nathan Fode running with a bit of momentum, bar Grant for Frost. 6.5 minutes to go in this final quarter. Savage with the ball for the Redbacks.
A little bit of full court pressure here by Keysborough Cougars.
Taking on Gerard Newby, not enough heat on that shot as he probably expected a foul there.
Look, that's sometimes what you want with that. A bit of full court pressure is forcing a player to take a shot, taking advantage of that, and often, they'll miss that shot. Paid off there for Keysborough Cougars.
Williams with that screen from Newby, and he's left wide open. A little miscommunication there by the defense, the Redbacks.
How was that hezzy by AJ Williams, though?
Now Coleman Bock getting what he wants there in the basket as Frost overplayed him just a little too high there, and he drew the foul from reaching behind.
AJ Williams with a bit of a smile on his face. He's feeling a little bit more like himself right now. That's what the Keysborough Cougars crowd needs. That's what his team needs. Look, he's been delivering with assists, but certainly this spurt of energy and spurt of scoring by AJ Williams has really, really helped lift Keysborough Cougars.
Williams putting it up. And he gets another one to go. AJ Williams.
Look,
has anybody else had a look in this quarter?
I said he was feeling himself, and he certainly is. He is on fire right now. Do they have an answer for AJ Williams?
Matt Spencer did a pretty good job right there. 2 points. A nice quick curl cut there to the basket.
Well, it's the same thing we were talking about for Keysborough, though, in that in that second quarter. Do they have the ability to get stops? Can RMIT get stops right now and cut into this deficit? What a putback there by Aaron Frost.
Is that an and one, or is that after the shot? I'm not entirely sure. Referee is pleading, can everybody just settle down, please? Considering there's a little conversation, I believe the foul might be on Keysborough after the shot. Maybe my take. And I was correct, a foul after the shot. Points will count. Unfortunately, a foul there on Aaron Frost. I believe that may be his 4th foul.
Fifth foul. Foul out.
Was that tip in at least his basket? I think it might have been.
It was. That's very unfortunate for Keysborough Cougars. Aaron Frost just
big
having
loss on
major impact, but Keysborough Cougars have extended their lead out now to 10. Just over halfway to go in this quarter.
Gradual 20-point turnaround. Colin Block finds Agon.
Great hands there by Gerard Newby. Louis Agon bringing that ball down, and Gerard Newby just having the presence to put a hand on it and knock it right out on Louis Agon, who's pretty upset with that one. And he's going to now sit. RMIT going with a different look here.
Williams wide open. Gets it to go again.
God.
He's been shooting around with the curtains.
Oh. That was a heat check if I've ever seen one.
As he gets aboard and the quarterback pass to Newby doesn't succeed. It's out of bounds, but Cougar ball.
Nice way to advance the ball up the floor. Only 4 seconds off the clock. Keysborough calling a timeout here. Up 13. Wow. Keysborough Cougars just really flipped the switch here in this fourth quarter. I can't help but notice the moment that felt like the energy changed when they got that steal off the first inbound pass by RMIT.
That full court press.
Yeah, and since then, they've just had a different level that they've gone to here in the fourth quarter that they just didn't have for the rest of the game. They looked like they were playing in first gear, and now they've just taken off. And a lot of that has to do with AJ Williams, just what he's brought here. I mean, up to 20 points now. He wasn't even in double figures at the end of the third quarter.
He was on 5 points until he hit that quarter buzzer beater.
Yeah, so he was on 8 going into the third, and he scored 12 here, and Keysborough Cougars are up by 13.
12 of Keysy's 23 this quarter so far.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence that AJ Williams has found a way, and so have Keysborough Cougars.
I mean, for a majority of that game, it was 5 to 8 point deficit in favour of the Redbacks for a while, but nonetheless, it was a tie game through quarter two. Keysy won the third quarter by 6 points and currently leading the fourth by 13. Josh West has the ball now, looking for AJ, couldn't get the open cut, gutted by Hoskins. Slowing it down, 12 on the clock again, winding it down, that high pick and roll. A Coton for three. Still taking a while to get his shooting back. Bateman now with the rebound.
Josh West back out on the floor. He has 4 fouls, so that's one to watch.
Bateman inside, finding Spencer for three. No good. Bateman wide open for the rebound all by himself. Contested by a Coton from behind. And Williams just not given enough landing space there and draws a foul of his own. Creates a foul. 14
fouls for Keysborough Cougars. So 4 minutes left. You really don't want to be sending RMIT to the line. If you're Keysborough Cougars right now, you know, clock stops, you go to the line, see if you go through, add some points on the board.
Austin finds Bateman in the key. Back around to Savage in the corner.
That was just really, really nice ball movement by RMIT, swinging that ball around the court, finding the open man in the corner. Keysborough Cougars just a little late to the contest, and RMIT make them pay.
Nice seen by Newby. AJ comes off it, looks for a Coton again. Newby, apologies, Coton puts that up. Fighting for the rebound, it's going to be off Keysborough's foot. Redback ball baseline. Looking to bring it back to single digits. 3.5 minutes to go in this game. Hoskins with a very nice side fadeaway there.
If you didn't think Hoskins was going to have something to say about this before the game was over and done, then you had another thing coming. He's been quiet here in this fourth quarter, but he's not going to let his team go down without a fight.
And Redbacks may have found a way to stop Williams a little bit. Shot blocked there on that attempt.
Who blocked that shot? Was that Louis?
Probably Louis.
We'll give Louis the benefit of the doubt and say it was Louis. Oh.
Okay, there we go. Did we just create
Louis
that?
Anyway.
Or apologies, Nathan. We may have just manifested that if we previously got that wrong. Blocked there by Louis. West will try to inbound the ball again for Cougars. Newby wide open for three. Fakes it. Doesn't take it. Williams will. Won't make it. Newby getting his hands on it. West to Hare. Back to Williams now. They're going to try again. 10 on the clock. Going around, kicking in, getting in there. Finds Newby. AJ Williams to Gerard Newby.
There's the second. I won.
There it is.
Got it.
Savage going down. Louis Agon fumbling just under the basket there. Couldn't get his hands on it just enough. It was a great look by Savage. Just couldn't convert the play.
Everyone's got to grab their breaths after that play. Oh, my goodness. AJ Williams driving it into the paint, and the no-look pass off to Gerard Newby for the dunk.
Elevation.
Wow.
Out of nowhere. Get up and about for the Cougars.
If there was play of the game, that's got to be it.
Now Spencer trying to make up for that. Ooh. Almost a goaltend there by Louis Agon. Williams now with the ball. Finding the open space. So Coton couldn't get it. He was open. And that'll be out of bounds off the Cougars. Unfortunately there, Coton fighting very hard. Just couldn't get it there. And we have a timeout now.
2 minutes to go, 10-point game.
It feels like a one-possession game right now.
It does. Look, we've seen incredible things happen. No lead is safe anymore. Basketball is a game of runs with the three-point shot. And this team has a lot of really good three-point shooters, whilst they haven't really shot many tonight. Only 14 and made 5 total. You just never know when they're going to get hot. You just never know when they're going to find that three-point shot that brings them back to life. It just depends what Keysborough Cougars can do, what they look to do here now. Can they get some stops and secure this win? Send RMIT home with their first loss of the season.
I was just about to say, you called it at the start of the game. Both teams so far undefeated. Neither of them want to be the first to lose a game. And 2 minutes 18 left on the clock. I still wouldn't put it past either of these teams, or put it past the Redbacks to come back and force OT tonight. For the Cougars, they want to avoid that as much as possible, despite having to go back-to-back tomorrow against Melbourne Uni. It's going to be Redback ball sideline just in front of us now. Spencer inbound. He'll look for Hoskins.
This is the sole game of the weekend for RMIT, so they're going to empty the tank here. They have nothing to hold on to.
Hoskins guarded by Myers. Couldn't get a hand on that shot. And we have a foul there off the ball on the rebound. That'll be a foul on Coleman Bock as he slinged Dylan Hare's arm and took them both to the ground.
Right, he looks in it like he's in a little bit of pain here.
May have landed on that shoulder.
Yeah, taking a moment to get up here.
Or potentially just upset with that call, shaking his head.
Or just trying to compose himself, one of the above.
I mean, it did look like he locked arms there and took them both to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of those calls that can go either way. Two people battling for a rebound, and you just sometimes never know which way the whistle's going to go. The referees have a better vantage point than we do. And obviously made the call there in favour of Keysborough Cougars, who are now going to have the ball with an opportunity to extend this lead. Make it pretty hard for RMIT.
Newby in the post, wants to go one-on-one against Coleman Bock. Back around to the corner for Myers. Couldn't get his third three of the game. Dylan Hare, offensive rebound, can't convert on that one. Spencer now getting up the floor to Hoskins. Wayward pass, gathers it, pulls up, bounces out. Louis Agon with his first bucket of the match. A well-needed one there for the Redbacks. No? My apologies.
You are correct. Wow, I would have thought that he had a bucket by now.
Yeah, like you said, those 10 assists. That's all he had earlier. Coton now taking in 5 on the clock. Myers can't connect on that one. Savage up and running now.
1 minute 18 to go on the clock.
He's going to take it himself, surely. And just before the shot, we have a foul, but...
And this is going to send RMIT to the line. 2 shots to cut this lead to just 6 for Keysborough. RMIT, 1 timeout left. Keysborough Cougars with 2. Simon Grant checking back in for Keysborough Cougars for Murray Myers, who takes the seat. Missed the first, made the second. It's a 7-point game.
Very, very close. It's still the energy in this match so far and the intensity is huge. Big things on the line here for these two teams as Williams trying to run it down just a little bit every possession.
Well, patience is your friend here, but you still want to get a shot off.
Acoten, he's going to pull up for three. Gerard Newby, offensive rebound, blocked by Coleman Bock. They should call him Coleman Block. Acoten gathers the ball. Williams,
8 seconds left on the shot clock.
is he going to pull up? He's going to drive on Agon. He gets it to Newby. And couldn't get that dunk. Gerard Newby, we wanted a third one, couldn't get it, but he will draw a foul. He will go to the line to add points nonetheless. Very, very close. The whole Cougar fan base was standing up at the end of that possession as they slowly sit down as Newby couldn't hit that dunk.
Yeah, Newby just making a living out of that dunker spot in this fourth quarter.
Just bounces out the first.
There's 34 seconds left on the game clock. There'll be 24 seconds here left for RMIT. You wonder if they're going to take a timeout. Yes, it looks like they are if he makes it.
And he does. What feels like a very small 8-point lead for the Cougars, doing it without the board intensity of Aaron Frost. Fouled out earlier.
Yeah, they've certainly missed his presence on the rebounds, but you can just see the battling of both teams. Every time that shot goes up, both teams are getting their hands in it. It often takes 1 or 2 or 3 taps for someone to actually secure the ball. It feels like. Look, RMIT are certainly going to need a 3 here, I believe, with 34 seconds left. They're just not going to be able to cut into this lead with enough time with 2s. Both teams on 5 team fouls, so any fouls here will send RMIT to the line for 2. You wonder whether that might be a strategy, looking for a foul, running the clock down a little bit, and Keysborough looking to foul and send them to the line. Obviously, FIBA rules are not like NBA. You have to make a play on the ball, but it's still a strategy that can be employed here.
Free throws potentially hurting the Redbacks tonight.
Yeah, Redbacks 10 of 21. Keysborough 6 of 11. So RMIT leaving a lot of points at the line.
A lot of opportunities there too.
Keysborough with 14 threes to just 5 for RMIT.
Austin Sagan to start this possession. Agon with the handles going up himself, and Louis Agon getting up there and throwing it down. Looks like absolutely no effort for him. 2 points there for the Redbacks as Williams coming up the court.
I wonder why he didn't do that a little bit more often.
Yeah.
Because
Got
that looked
very
so easy. I still question, though. I think you really, really needed a 3 there. Looks like they're playing the fouling game here now, RMIT.
To their credit, it was a quick bucket.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's what you've got to go for if you're not going to hit that 3. But if AJ Williams, who's a pretty reliable free throw shooter, hits both of these, you're just trading bucket for bucket and getting nowhere.
And that's a 7-point game. That's easy 3 possessions. Now 20 seconds to go on the clock. Hoskins surely is going to pull up for a quick one. Turnover. Dylan Hare comes up with the goods. And now Redbacks are going to look to foul.
I think
Coach
has said we wave the white flag. Game over. Keysborough Cougars win 91-83. And
what
the most impressive part of it is RMIT, who have been averaging 94 points, held to just 83, so 11 under their season average so far. And
first time in the 80s.
Look, I think that was definitely the defense that Keysborough Cougars there in that fourth quarter that allowed them to pull away, outscoring RMIT 28-20. And RMIT are handed their first loss of the season. Keysborough Cougars now 3-0, which should improve their positioning on the ladder. Look, a lot of it has to do with Mr. 50, 50 games. AJ Williams finishing with 22 points. So he had 8 at the third quarter.
Just at the end of the third quarter.
And then has scored 14 since. He put the team on his back. It was an impressive performance by AJ Williams and the Keysborough Cougars, finding a way to beat RMIT in that fourth quarter after really trailing most of the game. First quarter, they just seemed, once they'd lost that lead, a bit out of it. RMIT shooting it at 52%. Keysborough Cougars getting up to 37%. So RMIT's field goal percentage definitely came down there, and we actually have a special guest joining us right now, Mr. AJ Williams. Joining us on the broadcast, Mr. 50 Games. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So you had 8 points going into the third quarter, or going into the fourth quarter, and you ended up with 22. What went through your mind in that fourth quarter?
I mean, I give utmost respect to my teammates. They tell me just keep going, keep grinding it out, and that's how I got so much confidence. Just sticking with it, and I just know it's not always going to be a down time for me. My time will come, and I trust my teammates, and I feel like that's what happened in the fourth. And I feel like it's been happening every single game that we played so far. Just fourth quarter is my time, and I'm just sticking with it, and shout out to my team though.
Yeah, can't count out Keysborough Cougars in the fourth quarter. That was a really, really impressive run there after being down pretty much since the first quarter. 100%. So 50 games for you at Keysborough Cougars. Congratulations. You've been a massive part of this team, the success getting to state champ. You've been with a few other teams here in Australia. What makes Keysborough Cougars so special?
I mean, Keysborough, I always said to Nathan, this is just like perfect fit for me and myself and my family. It's a family club, and I just like everyone around here. Everyone's so welcoming, and it makes me comfortable just to play out here. And I just give it all for everyone, to be honest, for the whole club. And I just hope this year is the year I give something special to them again.
Absolutely. Yep. This year going for the championship, of course, 1,000%. After being very close for the last couple of years. There's some tough competition out there, but this is a good win on the way to that. 3-0 now. You've got a game tomorrow. Good luck, and go have some rest. Celebrate with your team.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And we'll wrap it up there for tonight. We've got a game tomorrow. Melbourne Uni here at home, so you'll be joining us again at 2 o'clock. Tune in for that one. It's sure to be good. Let's see if Keysborough Cougars can make it 4-0 this weekend. Have a great night. See you later.